Imagine waiting for a delivery, only to find out it is delayed because there are not enough drivers on the road. That might start happening more often, now that President Trump has signed a new rule that says all truck drivers must be able to speak and understand English. While the goal is to keep the roads safer, this change could also mean fewer drivers and slower deliveries in some areas. Today, we are going to talk about why this new rule was made, how it could affect you, and what to watch for in the months ahead. Stay with me, because understanding this change could help you prepare for what is coming next. Now, let's start with the basics. Earlier this year, President Trump signed an executive order making English the official language of the United States. And now, he is continuing that focus by requiring all commercial truck drivers to prove they can speak and understand English. It is being called a non-negotiable safety requirement, which sounds pretty serious, and honestly, it is. You see, the thinking behind it is pretty simple. Truck drivers need to be able to read road signs, understand directions, talk to safety officers, respond to emergencies, and basically make sure everyone on the road stays safe. If a driver cannot understand English well enough, it could cause delays, confusion, or even accidents. That is the main concern the administration is highlighting. Under this new order, drivers who cannot show enough English proficiency could be taken off the road immediately. The Department of Transportation, led by Secretary Sean Duffy, will be in charge of checking licenses more closely, updating inspection rules, and making sure that drivers meet the new standards. Also, part of the plan is to improve conditions for truckers, not just enforce stricter rules. Many drivers have been asking for safer roads, better communication, and clearer standards for years. Groups like American Truckers even posted online thanking the government for paying attention to their needs. From their point of view, these changes could make trucking safer and more professional for everyone. And if you have spent time on the road, you know how important that is, not just for truckers, but for all drivers. But of course, there's another side to this too. Some groups are worried that this rule could cause problems in a labor market that is already pretty tight. Right now, a lot of truck drivers in America are immigrants who might speak English as a second language. Some folks are asking, what happens if a lot of good, experienced drivers get pushed out because of stricter language tests? Would that make driver shortages even worse? Could it mess with supply chains, making it harder and more expensive to get goods delivered? And if that happens, it is not just trucking companies that would feel it. Everyday Americans could start seeing real changes too. It could mean longer wait times for deliveries, fewer items on store shelves, and higher prices for things like groceries, medicine, and household goods. For folks living in rural areas or smaller towns, where supply trucks are already stretched thin, the impact could be even bigger. These changes might not happen overnight, but there's something we all need to be aware of because they touch the basics of daily life, the things we count on without even thinking about it. For businesses that rely on trucking, it might also mean some short-term disruptions. Some companies might have to invest in English training for their drivers or work harder to make sure they meet the new requirements. It could even open up new opportunities for English teachers and training programs focused on the trucking industry. And also, beyond trucking, this order could spark changes in other industries too. Jobs where safety is key, like construction, emergency services, and transportation, could start to see more English proficiency rules popping up as well. It is definitely something to keep an eye on if you work in one of those fields or know someone who does. At the end of the day, even changes that seem small on the surface can have big effects across the country. Whether it is the goods we buy, the services we depend on, or the people working behind the scenes, it all connects. Staying informed and prepared helps all of us make better choices and understand the world as it shifts around us. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today and walking through this important topic. If you found this helpful or you have any thoughts or questions, feel free to share them. I always love hearing from you and building this community together. And stay tuned, because there is always more to talk about when it comes to how changes like this shape the world we live in every day.